Let's start with all the hype about the Russian grouping in the east. Russian war blogger on another day of the Russian army's super-duper mega offensive in northeastern Ukraine. And without irony, I think the Ukrainian claim of 100,000 Russian troops preparing for a new push in the area is somewhat odd. If they had these troops and tanks and artillery pieces, they would probably rather try to stabilize the front than starting new adventures and taking new risks. But who knows? Maybe we all underestimated Gerasimov and Shoigu. Russian blogger writes, Russian media publish a video of restored traffic on the Kerch Bridge. Only one lane, only several cars are allowed at one time at minimal speed.
Там поднятая, поднасыпали насыпь вот здесь и потихонечку заезд, а вот там вообще она торчит. Там уже КамАЗы все разбирают. Ну как-то вот так потихоньку переправляемся.
Russians tried to revenge the bridge attack with a massive drone and rocket attack on the south of Ukraine last night. But the Ukrainian air defense is much better now. 25 Shahed drones were destroyed by Ukrainian air defense in Mykolaiv and Odessa region. 6 Kaliber cruise missiles were aimed at Odessa by Russia and shot down by Ukrainian air forces. Fragments of the rockets and the blast wave damaged port infrastructure objects and several private homes. One elderly person was injured. The Ukrainian attack in Russian Belgorod region performed by Chechen units created a lot of attention. This is the full footage which shows a well-armed defense research group team during the attack in Belgorod. The team from the newly formed Ichkerian Department of Military Intelligence enters Russia carefully. The interesting detail is the SIG 516 rifle.
Вышла, домой ездить, как...
Комбат, закрыто.
The first shots of the Swedish modifications of the Leopard 2 tank at the front, Stridsvagn 122. These are perhaps the most protected tanks in service with the armed forces of Ukraine. Swedish equipment is distinguished by reinforced armor of the frontal part, as well as a significant strengthening of the armor of the hatches and the tower. We also see Barracuda-type camouflage kits. They are somewhat similar to the enemy Russian KSRS Nakidka on the T-90M, which significantly reduces the visibility of the tank in the thermal range. In this photo, the M2 Bradley that destroyed 2 Russian tanks in one battle. Soldiers of the Ukrainian 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade with the call signs Primara, Kak, and Bublik on their Bradley worked in the Zaporizhzhia direction. The military already knows that Western equipment is a magnet for the enemy. And as soon as a Bradley appears on the front line, the Russians use everything they have, from grenade launchers to artillery and attack helicopters. This time, the combat vehicle was initially surrounded by Russian infantry on two sides, and when the invaders were destroyed with an automatic cannon, the Russians announced a real hunt for the Ukrainian Bradley. The enemy urgently introduced a pair of T-72S into battle. Both Russian tanks were immediately burned. The Bradley is equipped with a heavy, tube-launched, optically tracked, wire-guided anti-tank missile, which the crew skillfully used. A freight train damaged the station lobby in Moscow. The footage shows how the rail, which was laid across the train by the militiamen, is demolishing the walls of the train platform. I posted this video from a Belarus school camp yesterday. Today, new details of the story emerged. The children are actually kidnapped Ukrainian children. There are more than 2,000 of them in Belarus. Belarusian singers, the Gruzdev sisters, address abducted Ukrainian children. The video, according to the Telegraph, was filmed at Dubrava Sanatorium in Belarus. Journalists found out that about 2,150 Ukrainian children over the age of 6 have been taken to Zubranok, and the camp Dubrava. Another one, Golden Sands, is located in Gomel region. Journalists have data that in similar camps in Russia, children were subjected to forced re-education and beaten for refusing to obey, as well as taught to condemn Ukraine. In some cases, children were also trained to use weapons. Evidence of these crimes involving Lukashenko and other Belarusian officials has been referred to the International Criminal Court, the Telegraph reported.
Чтобы мы жили в мире, чтобы Байден сдох, Господи, прости меня, чтобы Зеленский тоже, а Путин процветал. Ведь как контроль над всей Украиной, Господи!
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.